All right, Meredith Miller, you're here at Worlds in a little bit different capacity here than in the past, helping out our younger riders. How's it been going?
It's been awesome. You know, I've been racing bikes for 20 years or whatever, retired a few years ago, but I've always wanted to be able to stay in the sport, and it's really cool to be able to give back. And I really do enjoy being on this side of, you know, the racing. And, you know, sometimes former pro riders have a hard time coming over to this side, but I love it. I love being in it. I love being here and giving back to the riders, whether it's the younger women, the boys, whatever. And it's been a lot of fun being here, just helping them. You know, some of them, it's their first time to Europe. We don't have too many first-timers this year, but a couple, and so just being in Europe alone is, you know, quite a cultural shock, and then the racing is just a whole nother level of, you know, of that shock, and so it's fun just kind of trying to keep them as calm as possible, just show them the ropes, you know, teach them just about daily life and what you do in between races, what you do the day before a race, what you do the day of a race, and yeah, it's just been a lot of fun. They're just soaking it in, and I'm super proud of them all.
I saw you out pre-riding on Friday, and there were a lot of male coaches, but not very many female coaches. And I think, you know, what benefit to our young women who just crushed it in this U23 race we just watched? What benefit do you think that provides them?
I think it. I mean, I hope that it, you know, gives them the confidence to know that they have, you know, somebody to look up to, that other, you know, that women can go out there and crush it too, and it doesn't have to just be a guy showing them around. That there's other, you know, females that can show them the lines and the technical aspects of it. And, you know, and Katie Compton and Katie Keogh have been awesome. Katie, you know, has been staying with the team. Compton has been staying with the team all week, and so every night at dinner, you know, there's just a little crowd around her, just soaking it in, taking in every little bit of advice that she has. And Katie Keogh is awesome. She came out and pre-rode this morning with the girls, so they were super excited to have her, and, you know, her showing them the lines that she rode yesterday. So I just think it's awesome that this is probably, I mean, Katie Compton's been around a long time, but, you know, having me here and Katie, both Katies, you know, just being able to give them all the advice and knowledge and experience that we have is great, and I hope that it really carries them through the rest of their career.
It's a lot of experience teaching them.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of yours from chasing Compton probably learned.
Every year. Yeah.
We just finished up the U23 women's race. I mean, what did Katie Klaus, Claire Hansinger, I was impressed. They fought their butts off. What do you think about how they raced?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, Katie Klaus had a good start. She was kind of right in that group from the very beginning. Claire had a little bit of work to do to catch up to that front group, but, you know, once they were there, you know, it was kind of they kept doing the yo-yo thing off the back. I think that the technical part was fine for them. It was more the speed when the other girls were laying down the, you know, the ham, like they were just really getting on top of the pedals, and Katie and Claire, I think, struggled there a little bit, but they were always able to get back and, you know, and tag onto the back, and then they were able to hold it to the finish, and then it was kind of just a big bunch sprint, you know, coming in for those last few places off the podium. And so I think we see where they have some work to do, but I think also we're super proud of how they finished, and, you know, this is their second U23 Worlds, and I know Katie last year was not happy with her finish and had you know, really wanted to improve on that. She improved extremely well. Yeah. And then we have Maddie and Emma Swartz too. You know, this was Maddie Monroe's first ever trip to Europe. So Hoover had a World Cup was her first European cross race ever, and she did great. And then, you know, she was just so nervous before the start today, and she ended up, I haven't seen the final result, but somewhere in the 20s, and she was worried that she was going to get pulled. Yeah. You know, so to have that finish too is great. And then Emma Swartz she's just so solid. She just has a really good head on her shoulders, and I think she's a good influence and a good person to be around, you know, within the group of riders too. And so they all bring something different to the table, which is really awesome to see how they kind of gel and work together and, you know, go out on course and learn from each other.
Well, cool. I imagine that they're going to have a lot to talk to back at the team tent, so I'll let you get to it. I think it took Katie Klaus a minute for things to settle in there, that what just happened.
Yeah, I mean, she had a phenomenal ride, and she keeps saying, I didn't expect to be there, I didn't expect to be there, because I was telling her, Katie, move up, don't sit at the, you know, back end of the group. She's like, well, I didn't even expect to be there. I'm like, it doesn't matter, just put yourself, you know, and so, you know, she's learning. I think she it was pretty awesome what she did today. And as it soaks in, I think she'll just be more and more surprised at herself and more confident about what she can do in the future.
Well, cool. Well, thanks for your time. It's great to see you here. It's always great to see you, your involvement with USA Cycling and what you're doing for the sport.
I used to live in Denmark.
Oh, okay.
Too, so
perfect.
Yeah, so it's fun to be back here and to be involved with USA Cycling was really
cool. I'm sure we'll see you before then, but we'll definitely see you at Single Speed Nats in Tacoma. So
yeah, I have to redeem myself.
Yep. Thanks, Meredith.
Yeah, thanks.